Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls. I have some borrowed equipment here, obviously because I definitely can't afford this kind of stuff. We're going to be doing a cultivating job. Well, Frank and company will be doing a cultivating job, but it's kind of interesting. It's in the field that we've already done a cultivating job in, so I don't know what this farmer's doing. Maybe they planted oilseed radish in there, possibly. I have no idea, but we're going over and we're going to get a worker on the job. Should pay us when we're done about 8 grand. Job in total is actually 9,000 and something. But of course, I borrowed the equipment. And yeah, so 8 grand there would be good. So this is the only other contract that wasn't harvesting. So I decided to put Frank and company on this job here. All the other current contracts are harvesting, so that's what we'll be doing. And I do believe it's going to be flax that we're going to harvest ourselves. There are 2 contracts for flax. I'll probably do both, but I'll borrow the equipment that's cheapest, which sounds kind of weird because the fields are about the same size. We're going to borrow the equipment that's cheaper, and then I'll take the other contract and I'll accept it. So I'll borrow them on one contract and do it on both. Yeah, it looks like they planted oilseed radish in here, so it does make sense that we're coming back in to cultivate it. Fingers crossed that whoever decides to take over this job has no problems getting the job done. So we're kind of building up money for... I'm kind of torn here, but since the map has still not been updated, it was in testing this past week, and now it's not on the test list, and it wasn't on the mod hub as updated, so I'm guessing it didn't pass probably. So probably some more things need to be taken care of before it gets updated. But until then, I think we're just going to keep focusing on contracts, and we'll pile up the money, and then eventually we'll get around to having the farm. But yeah, I think, you know, building up to buying... Oh, I didn't check. What is in the store for sale? I don't remember. It's been a while. We didn't have an episode last week because, yeah, my PC... Or actually, it was my graphics card decided to, you know, go on a permanent vacation. But yeah, that also reminds me as well. It's my first time around on the map, so shaders may be loading in. So if we see any stuttering there, that will explain some of it. This is the correct field that we're in. Yes, it is. All right. Let's get this set up correctly, I hope. Let's go into here and get ourselves a worker. Create job, field work, course play, field work. We're in the right field, which is good. We'll put you off in this direction here. 2 headlands will be more than enough. Overlapping, I'm going to put it at 0. That should be fine because I don't want whoever's taking over to run any trees or what have you. So hopefully everything will be going fine here. Let's go over to here. Always got to get them started because I always got them started at the current waypoint, and sometimes waypoints will overlap a little bit, so we're good to go. Please tell me it's Francine. I don't think it's Francine. Might be... looks like Frank Jr. is going to be in charge of cultivating that field. Alright, so while that's going on, let's go ahead and get ourselves a contract. I almost forgot what those are. There they are. So all the big potato contracts are still there. It's very tempting for me to get the Mark Thor harvester in here and just do all of these. But yeah, we're going to pass on that. So I think this is one. Harvest of flax in field number 41. Borrowing the items is 1,085. That'll come out of that contract there. Now I was looking at the header size. I think it's going to be the same as this job here. And that is 1,385 coming out of the contract. Using a John Deere harvester wouldn't be bad. It's been a while since I've used a John Deere harvester. I think Solyndra, so there's that. But money-wise, I think we're going to go ahead and borrow these items here. Plus, we get a JCB Fast Track. So we're going to borrow the items on this one. And I should be able to take this contract here. I think I can take 3 contracts at once. Yes, I don't have the mod activated for taking more than what the base game allows me to. So there's some good contracts there. We should get like 20 grand when it's all said and done. Let's go and teleport on down to, I guess, the combine. And let's see, where, I don't know where these fields are at all. We're harvesting 41 and cultivating 45, so they got to be kind of close. We'll do field 17, maybe. Let's see, there's 41. Okay, I see that blinking, and there's 17. Yeah, let's go over to 17. And we'll get everything set up. JCB will have to bring the... You know what? Nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna... Sorry, I need to put the header actually probably on the trailer. They probably don't do that for us at the store, do they? Yeah, there's the header trailer over there. I kind of hope in the update that Lancy Boy does kind of get to where things spawn here. Well, I guess I got spun around pretty good. Yeah, getting behind that stuff is a little bit tricky. Now, let's get this on the header trailer, and I can actually take this over together, and then the JCB can grab the grain cart. I think the header trailer is facing the wrong way. But I think it will rotate it around if I drop it, right? Will it spin it around? Yeah, it does. All right, I think this has a hitch on it to grab the trailer. It does. Yeah, so right now we're just building up some money, I guess, to get ourselves a large tractor. We have the Valtra back at our mobile home. Getting out of here is going to be a little bit tricky. Hopefully no traffic is coming. Move back up here and just get a little bit better angle here. Yeah, so we got ourselves the Valtra, but we need ourselves a... no. I'm doing this all... Yeah, let's let the traffic go. I'm not used to having these small areas to get out on. I have to keep that in mind for future if I ever get big equipment on here, which I don't think we're going to. We're using the big equipment on Oceanside Forest. But anyways, yeah, we're building up some money to get ourselves a decent sized tractor. You know, like 250 to like 400 horsepower, whatever, if one pops up for sale. I don't think getting ourselves a big tractor is going to be that useful to us. We're going to kind of go small because if we kind of forgot the storyline that's going on here, the previous farmer that was helping out the community basically sold everything off and I guess ran off with the money. So we're trying to get the community back the farmland and build up a farm for the community to run. So when we leave here, everyone is more than happy with what's going on. So we got to start off and just, you know, slowly get some equipment around, get our own stuff. And once we get ourselves a decent sized tractor, probably get ourselves a plow would be the next step. And yeah, we can do some contracts for plowing, which wouldn't take us too long to do. Really build up some money, then buy ourselves our first farmland. And we are going to be good to go. Is this the field here? It is the field here. Where shall I park this stuff? Oh, there's a... I didn't quite see it at first, but there is a fence line right here. And there's a car behind me as well. I was just going to pull over, but yeah, there's a fence line there. Do you think this this homeowner is going to mind too much if I use their property as a parking zone? I hope not. Be interesting to see how this is it a 7T? Yeah, the 7T performs here. I've had some issues with the ideal combines and the RPMs with at least the big headers. Wait for this car to go on by. And we'll start harvesting the road. Oh, so I can do a swath with flax. All right, we're going to turn that off because we're not picking up the straw from it. So we'll go ahead and chop it on up. There we go. And of course, any extra that we get off the fields is an added bonus for us. Am I going to see the expected yield on the field here? So someone did mention in one of the previous episodes that they've had a few issues doing harvesting contracts on the field, not being able to complete it all the way, which has been somewhat of an issue since FS22 came out. Now, if you are using precision farming, that could be maybe what the issue is, because with precision farming, I think the expected yield off a field, if you don't have it soil sampled or done anything to it, is like 70% out of 100. So that will probably restrict you on getting the amount of yield you need off a field. But we'll see what happens here. If worse comes to worse, we'll cheat in a little bit of flax, and we'll just do enough to get the jobs done. That's all we'll do with it. And that's about it. I'm kind of hoping some other contracts come up other than harvesting contracts. But maybe once we get some fields harvested, maybe some plowing contracts will come up, so we can get Frank and company over to get some work done as well. Because I would like to, when the map does get updated, I would like to be able to have at a point another tractor and possibly enough to buy our first lot of land, which is going to be the farm itself. And just to remind you on this series, we don't really have any set goals. We don't have, don't have any challenges other than we can't borrow money because of the way the community is in. We're short. We don't have the finances to buy, to go to the bank and get out a loan. But we can lease, we can buy from the used department, we can buy from, brand new equipment, all that stuff. So it's just a matter of earning the money by doing jobs. Plain and simple. We don't have crop rotation, precision farming on, any of that stuff. And once we get a farm kind of going, maybe I'll look into possibly having some animals on the farm. I don't know. We'll just take it as we go. It's just a series to jump on and just say, what do I feel like doing today? Until we own our own land, it's pretty much, what do we want to do today? Just check the contract page and see what's available to us. And that is pretty much it. But once we start getting our own farmland, then we'll have to take care of it and be like, okay, this needs to be done at this time, that needs to be done at this time. I do have seasonal growth turned on. I don't think I'll ever have a series where I don't have it turned on. When winter comes, winter will be here. But if we ever get enough snow here in American Falls in the winter, maybe we'll do some plowing on the road. But this flax is not filling up the combine extremely fast. I just want to double check. I do think Frank Jr. is getting along well, because I keep seeing that there are certain ways done. Okay, are they moving? Are they moving? I think they are. I don't know what they're doing. It doesn't look like they're actually moving that well. All right, yeah, he's moving along. He's doing well. I mean, you can make better use of getting the rows done there, but it's course play. Probably just starting off after the headland, so it's got it measured out precisely, so it needs to get a little bit of a strip done, I suppose. As long as he's moving, that's fine. We'll make some money off of it. That's all I really care about at this point. I do have to get used to the way the fields are on this map. They're not square or round, or they're like this scribbly lines of a field in a way. And it will be interesting to see how the flooding, when it occurs and how it occurs. So like right here, we're right next to a drainage ditch. So if it were to rain a lot and flood, I would assume, that water could come into this field. And I don't know, is it going to hurt the crop when it does that? Kind of interesting to see how it goes. And if it does, then in the future, probably for our farm, it'd be in our best interest to not buy fields next to drainage ditches, waterways, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's not going to take long for Frank Jr. to get that field cultivated. We're not going to do like we did on East Vineland for contracts, which was, we do have a mod that we can activate when doing contracts like this. I could put this back into a straw swath and bale it and take the straw off the field. But we're just going to stick to a lot of the base game mechanics on this one. Yeah, we're going to have to get these harvests done rather quickly. That's why I'm running the time speed at ×1. Because I did realize it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I logged on. I'm like, oh, okay. Better make sure the time scale stays at ×1. And I am thinking when the map does get updated, because it's got to be kind of close, that I'll make sure we got the same Voltra and all that. And I think, because we got to do a new save game, I will advance it to the month that we are in when we last left. So we're not going to be advancing too far. Yeah, so even this ideal combine, you can see the RPMs. I just looked over and we were maxing out on the RPMs in the gauge. We're maxing out pretty high. So it must be an ideal thing where the RPMs on the harvesters just really peg themselves up to max. There we go. We got a headland done. And we are exactly 1/3 full. So I should be able to go around 2 more times before I get a full combine. Then I'll have to figure out where is this stuff being delivered. I wonder if it's being delivered both to the same sell point. I was actually thinking possibly on this series I will use the John Deere harvester. I've used Ideals often. We had one on No Man's Land. We used one on Hinterland. I got a case on Oceanside. We got the Kloss on wrong map there. Goldcrest Valley. So I was torn between a New Holland, which I used on East Vineland, and I said, well, a John Deere. I used a John Deere on Solyndra, but that was the mini series, if you will. Nothing over with the 200 horsepower we couldn't go over. That was a challenge there. So maybe we'll get ourselves a nice John Deere combine. I'll probably look on the Mod Hub when it comes time to buy ourselves a combine. I've seen a lot of John Deere combines on the mod hub, so the choices will be aplenty. And I am thinking, though, I did mention that some fields on here with the odd shapes that we can, you know, plow in some areas, cut down some trees, and square them up a little bit more. But there might be some fields, kind of like this one here, where there's a lot of trees and such. Maybe we'll just leave it as is. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I don't even have land yet. We got to buy a farm, you know, a farmyard first, and then build from there. I'm 30% done. Okay. So you're telling me I'm just going to have a full combine and a little bit of extra to put in here. Not extra for me, but extra to harvest afterwards. Let me just check on Frank Jr. again. Yeah, he's a moving. Probably not the best field to put a worker in, but, well, he's 70% done. It'd be a cool, quick $80,000. But before I... Ooh, that would be kind of tricky. I'm only allowed 3 contracts at a time, I think. So I was thinking when I get that job done, I'll look to see if there's another cultivating job, and I'll take it. But I can't complete the one that he's doing because that's the one I borrowed the items on. Oh well. But the rate that it's going, I think it's going to be nothing but harvesting contracts. So I think we'll just focus on the 3 that we currently have. I don't plan to do the other harvesting contract during this episode. I may do that in between episodes and finish it off at the beginning of next episode. We'll see. Like I said, is this a series to come on here and just do some farming? Fertilizing contracts are the ones I would love to have, because we have the equipment to get them done. And of course we know it's quick money, because it doesn't take long to get the job done. I just keep looking over once in a while at the RPMs that the combine's pulling, and it's it's maxing out. As long as the engine doesn't blow up, which it's not going to, but I think in real life, if I kept seeing my RPM gauge constantly in the red, I'd be a little bit nervous about it. Alright, I'm going to keep on zipping around here. When we get a full combine, then we'll have to grab the JCB and the trailer, come over here and unload it. And also at the same time, we'll collect on the contract in field number 45, which Frank Jr. is just about done with. Well, the one thing I'm going to have to get used to here in American Falls is the store closes at 4 in the afternoon. But I managed to get the JCB and the trailer over the gate. The store gave me the key code to open the gate. That's the story we're going to go with. But yeah, they close at 4 in the afternoon. Don't open till, I think it said 8. 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. So other than that, if you got equipment in there, the gates are going to close, and you just have to wait until tomorrow to get them. Unless you know the key code to the gate, which I was luckily given so I can get my rented JCB and trailer out of the store. Now the combine is just about full, so we need to go unload that. Frank Jr. has finished cultivating the field, so we can go ahead and collect on that contract. And I did have another look just to make sure no other contracts came up. Not that I could accept anymore, I don't think. But just out of curiosity. And yeah, nothing has shown up yet. So while this is unloading, I need to do a couple of things. One, let's go ahead and collect on the cultivating contract that we had. Collect on that, so we got paid like $7,000. We are doing field 17. That needs to go to the American Crop Selling Station. And so does that one. I'm kind of hoping when I go deliver the flax that we're collecting today, that it collects on this one here. The one problem I have, though, is I don't remember what field I borrowed the contract on. I'm going to say it was field 41 I borrowed it on, because it was cheaper borrowing the items off of off of a contract. So I'm going to guess it's going to be the one that was cheaper in full price. Oh, you unloaded already. And I do believe that is going to be over here somewhere, right? American Crop Selling Station. Yes, I do believe that's where we got to go with it. Let me turn off the JCB. I don't think I get... If I go over an hour when borrowing on a contract, I can't remember if you got to pay that fee or not. I have no idea. But I should be able to get the rest of this field into that trailer. We'll go deliver it. So I'm at the point now to where the field has been kind of separated into two sections. So I'll probably get one section done, then come back over here and finish this off. The rest of the field should go into the combine. Fingers crossed. Yeah, but that got us up to $58,265 in the bank account. Yeah, fertilizing contracts are going to be the bread and butter here. Plowing contracts as well. Especially if I get the 9-meter wide plow that we used quite a bit on East Vineland. But those contracts probably won't come up now until like October, November. The plowing contracts, at least. But this should probably take me like another 10-15 minutes, I would think. So let's get this contract done, at least hopefully done, and then we'll go deliver it on over to where it needs to go and see if we can complete this contract itself.
Had me down for the count. I was on 9-9 all the time. Shattered soul, you took control, but now I'm gone. Bye-bye, bring the fire. You took something beautiful and made it something cruel. It's all that I get from you. You're so delusional. Now watch me take control. I've been running from myself like I'm somebody else. Kinda left me alone. All the love is gone. Now I'm coming around. Got a stake in the ground. Gonna stick it to you. I'm gonna let you go. Let you go. Let you go. Let you go. I'm gonna stick it to you. Let you go. Let you go. Let you go. I'm gonna stick it to you. Breaking free. Finally, I paid my dues. Now you play the blues.
Since we are not doing precision farming on this map, maybe once we get our farmyard going, I think we should work on getting some cows, actually, because spreading manure and slurry on fields is gonna be like base game stuff, which I haven't done in a while. So that will count as one stage of fertilization. And since I'm not really doing any of that on my other series, I should probably get back into that. And also, if we want to help out the community, having like chickens and cows on a farm, you know, get local eggs and local milk, maybe even local beef, who knows? Yeah, you know, cheaper for the community. And that's what we're all about here in American Falls, just to get the community back on its feet. So if I do complete this contract, I'm not going to collect on it because I didn't pay much attention to what contract I borrowed the items on, and I don't want to make a mistake of collecting on it and not being able to get the other contract done. And it's not like I really need the money as of yet. And I will start the other contract in between episodes, and we'll finish up at the beginning of the next one. And once we get that one complete, we'll collect on both contracts, and then probably go to the month of October, because the only other contracts available to us currently is pretty much potato harvesting, which, as I mentioned before, if I had the Mark Thor root crop harvester and the potato header, I could get those fields done so quick, and we can make so much money so fast. But I think that would be not good for the series. Others may disagree, but I think we're just going to go on the pace that we're going. All right, we will get the combine and header trailer all set up to be transported. So when I come back on next time, it'll be ready to go. Just got to go to the other side of American Falls to get the job done. Love how that just snaps on the header trailer now. Kind of forgot to put my beacons on when I came down here. We'll just park that right there. Now let's go grab our JCB. Well, not our JCB, but the one we got borrowed. And fingers crossed that we get the contract done. Let me just have a look at the map to see where I need to go and where I'm at. If I go just up the road and then go all the way across, we are there. And the good news is, Field 41 is kind of like right next to that point. So, put our beacons on here. Don't know if I've been down this road yet this way, but we are now. So there are different farm yards around the map. So the one right across from our mobile home, I believe that's where the silo is. And then of course there is another farmyard where cows are going to be, so on and so forth. But we have to start with the farmyard first with a silo on it. I can always buy the one where the cows are and then put a silo on that farmyard. So maybe I'll have to have a good look around. So this is the farmyard to the left that we'll probably be starting with, because there's a silo right there, a whole bunch of sheds. And right now all we got is that Valtra and the fertilizer spreader. I'm just all over the road here right now. I think the one problem I'm having is I'm not used to all the traffic. I think this field on the right is field 41. And that's the next field I need to harvest. All right, let's hope I put it into the right sell point. If the money goes up right away, then I made an oopsie. But I think this is it right here. Question is, what contract is it going to go towards? And so it transported to the field I haven't harvested yet, and then did the other field. Like it always does, doesn't it? It always seems like when you take two contracts that have the same crop type, you harvest one field, you go to deliver it, and accepts it for the other field. I mean, it needs to go there anyways, so... And I wasn't going to collect on the contracts anyways, because I don't remember which one I borrowed it on. It's all good. Okay, so where... I think I'll just park this. Yeah, right here would be good. And I got plenty of room to park the header trailer when I come over with the Ideal Combine. And I'll get started on this flax field here. And we already got some of it delivered because we had extra from the other field, which is a good... Well, I don't want to say it's a good sign, because I think that field was bigger. But hopefully we got enough flax here to finish off the other contract as well. But yeah, we'll be finishing up this harvest at the beginning of the next episode and move on to the month of October. And then we'll just go from there. See what other contracts pop up. We'll keep our eye on the sell page to see if anything comes up here that we will need. But basically, we're just looking for a tractor from 250 horsepower up to 400. That would be ideal. Actually, how much does that plow require? Because that's going to be important. Let's see here. Is that under plows? Yeah, how much horsepower? That says 320. Now, I know everyone's going to say if you put it on backwards, it works. I understand that. But we're going to keep it pointed the correct way. So I think we're looking for a tractor with like 340 horsepower to 400. That'll be the big tractor on the farm. Our Voltra is like, what, 120? 105. Oh, well, I mean, that's necessary to get fertilizing jobs done. And that'll probably be also the one we use around the farm once we get cows and chickens to move things around the farmyard itself. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one.